yourself down into your most comfortable lying position. If Shavasana doesn't suit you, then you always have the option to put your feet flat on the mat, or if you are in Shavasana, then just let the legs flop out, and maybe you have the palms facing upwards as well. So it's our complete relaxation position, and we'll be coming back to it at the end of the practice. Start then to take note of the parts of your body that are connecting with the earth. So begin with your heels and feet, and notice which parts of those are touching your mat. I feel as though they're drawing down so that you're letting gravity work as effectively as possible, just gently connecting and grounding, especially if you've been using your brain a lot today. This is time to let go of thinking mind and settle and relax down. Bring your mind then up through the legs and notice the points of your legs that are connecting with the surface beneath you. And then coming up to the pelvic area, that sacral area. Around the abdomen, notice the points of the back, the lower back, the bottom, touching the mat. And then coming up through the rest of the torso and to your shoulders. And drawing your attention to your hands and your arms. And then roll the head gently from side to side, noticing the effect that that has on the neck. And when you bring your face back to center without rushing to bring it back, feel the softening around your face and your skull. So the skin is really soft. Perhaps wiggle your jaw from side to side, releasing and letting go. And if you're one of those people who tends to clench their teeth, maybe when your mind is very occupied, then now's the chance to undo that, release. Feeling your eyes sinking into the sockets. And your forehead as though somebody's stroking it, so smoothing out any wrinkles, any tensions that you may have built up during the day. And just rub your hands together. So bring your hands up and rub them together. And then with those lovely warm hands, stroke the hands over the face. So perhaps starting with the forehead, coming down over the eyes, the cheeks, around your face. And once again, rub them together. And then slip the hands behind the neck from where you're lying, just stroking down as much of the neck and the shoulders as you can reach. And then bring your arms back down, and we'll start moving into the physical movements. So from where you're lying, start by rotating your feet both together. Paying attention to how the joints feel, how the ligaments in the feet feel. Then pedaling your feet. We're going to be doing quite a lot with the hamstrings this evening. So I want you to next bring up the right leg and hold behind the right thigh, drawing the tummy in, and then circle from your knee joint. So we're starting to wake up all those connected bones and muscles that go all the way down the leg. Some of the nerves coming from the back as well. And then opening from the hip. Nice big circles. And then make sure that you have room overhead behind you. We're going to release some tensions. Breathing in really deeply. Bring your nose and knee together. Then as you breathe out, bring the arms overhead and whoosh the leg away. We'll do that twice more. Drawing the tummy in. Nose and knee together, whoosh it away. And 3 times in total. With feeling. And then bring those arms back down. And we'll come into the left side. So bring the left leg up, circle from the knee joint again, paying attention to how that feels, how the knee feels, how the bones and the muscles feel. And then circle from the hip. Take it one way and then take it the other way. Then breathing in, nose and knee together. Breathe out, whoosh it away. 3 times. And once more. And bring the arms down. Now put your feet flat on the floor so that the knees are raised. And tighten up your glutes, so tighten up your bottom. Then as you next breathe in, bring the right leg into the body. And as you breathe out, just let that release a little bit. Just a few millimeters, we're not looking for much. And repeat that movement a few times with your breath. So breathing in draws the leg into the abdomen, breathing out releases. And the head is still connected with the mat. Then as you breathe in, lifting up that right leg. Now keep the glutes engaged and repeat the movement. So every time you're breathing in, you're encouraging the leg into the body. Every time you breathe out, just releasing off a little bit. Drawing the toes down towards your face. Then, if you want to, again, we're still keeping the glutes and the tummy engaged. The knee can be bent or the leg can be straighter. As you next breathe in, draw yourself up. So you're lifting the head and shoulders from the mat and bringing your nose closer to your knee. Making sure that the breath is nice and smooth. And we want the shoulders to be relaxed, so we're working the abdominal muscles here. And then as we breathe out, that leg comes back down. And guess what? We're repeating on the left side, so bring the left leg in. Glutes nice and tight, pelvic floor pulled up, tummy drawn in. Every time we breathe in, we're encouraging the leg into the body. Every time we breathe out, we're just releasing off a tiny bit. as you inhale, lifting up the left leg and repeating so that you're using the inhale to encourage the leg in. Your out breath brings it back again. But overall, what we're doing is extending into the hamstrings. Then when you next inhale, you have the option, if you want to, of bringing yourself up the leg and the nose comes closer to that knee. And then as you breathe out, bring the leg back down. And we'll open into the hip. So inhaling, bring the right leg into the body. And this time you can either bring the foot or the right ankle over onto the opposite thigh. And just take a moment to notice how that feels. So we've got this sciatic nerve that goes all the way from the spine, around the outside of the bottom, down the leg, and actually comes down all the way into the lower leg. So these movements give it a really nice stretch, and they're particularly good if we've been sitting down at a desk a lot, or cycling or driving, those kind of things, anything with sitting. Now, you have the option of lifting up the left leg, and notice how that feels. And again, every time you breathe in, you may want to just bring that left leg in closer to your face. And every time you breathe out, release off. So maybe your hands are threaded through around the back of the left thigh. And if you want to take that a bit further, you can extend up the left leg. And then again, if you want to take it further again, and there's no compulsion to do so, you can walk up your left leg. So we're closing everything up here. So notice how you have to be strong with the abdomen, and I want you to stay strong with the glutes as well. Then as you breathe out, bring that all right back down, and the feet come down. And we're going to repeat on the other side. So bring either the ankle or the foot across the opposite thigh, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And just take a moment to settle there. Notice the effect that that has around the outside of the left hip. Anything that you're feeling all the way down that leg. And then you have the option of lifting up the right leg, maybe threading the hands behind the thigh, and perhaps once you've settled there, bring the right leg skywards, and maybe then releasing the hands and drawing yourself in. So you've got the toes drawing down towards your face. And then breathing out, bring the leg back down, uncrossing, nose and knee together. Just roll around on the back a little bit. And then cross the legs at the shins, hold the opposite feet, draw the tummy in, and we're going to come to sitting. So if you want to rock up to sitting, you can do it that way, or just bring yourself up, whichever way you want to. Okay, so settle yourself into either an easy cross-legged position, Sukhasana, this one, or if half lotus is part of your practice, or even full lotus, Ardha Padmasana or full Padmasana, then you can bring the feet up on top of those thighs. So I'm not a Padmasana doer, but I quite like coming into half lotus, Ardha Padmasana. And we're going to concentrate on the breath first. So settle yourself into whichever seated position you're in. Maybe again you've got the palms facing upwards. So we have this idea, this concept of completely letting go and surrendering. And close your eyes. Observe your breath to start with. Just listen to the feedback that you're receiving from that breath. And feeling the shoulders releasing and relaxing down.